Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Storyflow Diaries. Today, we have a powerful story that will make you question how the world values kindness. Imagine this. You go out of your way to help someone, only to be punished for it. What happens when kindness is punished instead of rewarded? This is exactly what happened to Tasha Johnson, a dedicated waitress at a high-end restaurant. One evening, a simple act of compassion toward a well-known guest led to shocking consequences. But what started as an unfair punishment quickly turned into something much bigger, a movement that challenged the way workers are treated and proved that even the smallest gestures of kindness can change lives. Stay with us until the end, because this story takes a surprising turn that you won't want to miss. Tasha Johnson was more than just a waitress. She was the heart and soul of the Golden Plate, a prestigious restaurant known for its polished service and strict rules. Every evening, she greeted guests with a warm smile and a kind word, making each person feel valued, no matter who they were. For Tasha, customer service wasn't just about taking orders and delivering food. It was about making someone's day a little brighter. She believed that even the smallest acts of kindness, like remembering a regular's favorite dish or offering a few comforting words, could make a real difference. Her dedication didn't go unnoticed. Customers appreciated her genuine warmth, and many returned not just for the fine dining experience, but for the way Tasha made them feel welcome. Her colleagues, too, admired her caring nature and positive attitude, often turning to her for support during busy shifts. But little did Tasha know that one simple act of compassion would soon test everything she believed in, leading to consequences she never could have imagined. It was a typical evening at the Golden Plate. The dining room buzzed with the sounds of clinking glasses, hushed conversations, and the occasional burst of laughter. Waiters moved swiftly between tables, delivering exquisitely plated meals to the city's elite. The air was thick with the aroma of fine cuisine, and every detail, from the crisp white tablecloths to the perfectly polished silverware, reflected the restaurant's high standards. Amidst the usual flow of guests, a familiar figure entered quietly: Donald Trump. Unlike his usual confident demeanor, tonight there was something different about him. He took a seat in the corner, his expression unusually serious, his mind seemingly elsewhere. Tasha, ever observant, noticed his troubled look from across the room. She hesitated for a moment. Strict rules dictated that waitstaff should serve all guests with equal attention. Nothing more, nothing less. But Tasha had always believed in the power of kindness. With a gentle smile, she approached his table and softly asked, "Is there anything I can do for you, sir?" Her voice carried no pretense, only genuine concern. Trump, momentarily surprised, looked up and gave a small nod. He offered a quiet "thank you" and a few simple words in response, though he didn't elaborate on what was troubling him. Their exchange was brief, just a moment of human connection, but it was enough. Little did Tasha know that single act of kindness would set off a chain of events that would change everything. Behind the scenes of the Golden Plate, the restaurant ran like a well-oiled machine, thanks in part to its strict and no-nonsense manager, Marcus Reed. He was a man of discipline, valuing order above all else. To him, every customer was to be treated the same. No special treatment, no exceptions. So when he heard that Tasha had spent extra time speaking with Donald Trump, he saw it not as kindness, but as a violation of the restaurant's strict policies. Summoning Tasha to his office, Marcus wasted no time. His voice was cold, his decision final. "This restaurant operates on fairness," he said sharply. "Spending extra time with one guest disrupts that balance." Tasha was stunned. She tried to explain that she had only been offering a few kind words, that she wasn't looking for favoritism, just being human. But Marcus didn't want to hear it. Without another word, he fired her on the spot. Tasha stood there for a moment, disbelief washing over her. She had always believed that kindness was a strength, not a weakness. As she gathered her things and walked out into the night, her heart felt heavier with each step. The cool evening air did little to soothe the sting of what had just happened. How could something as simple as caring for someone lead to this? She had always thought kindness mattered, but tonight, it felt like a mistake. Word of Tasha's unfair firing spread like wildfire. Customers who had been served by her kind hands couldn't believe it. Fired for showing compassion. In cafes, on street corners, and across social media, people debated whether strict rules should come before simple human decency. Some defended the restaurant's policies, arguing that structure was necessary. But many more were outraged, believing that a system that punished kindness was a broken one. Among those deeply troubled by the news was Linda Carter, a well-respected community advocate and a longtime friend of Tasha. Linda had always fought for fairness, and to her, this wasn't just about one waitress losing her job. It was about a bigger issue. If kindness is treated as a mistake, she told a group of supporters, then what kind of world are we living in? Determined to help, Linda met with Tasha, listening as she recounted the painful moment she was dismissed. Tasha wasn't looking for revenge. She just wanted people to understand that compassion should never be punished. Together, they decided to bring her story to light. They reached out to former employees, gathered testimonies, and shared Tasha's experience with local media. What started as one woman's heartbreak was quickly turning into something much bigger, a movement demanding change. As Tasha's story gained momentum, something unexpected happened. Former employees of the Golden Plate started coming forward with their own experiences. One by one, they shared stories of rigid policies, harsh management, and moments where simple human kindness had been treated as a violation. Tasha's firing was not an isolated incident. It was just the latest example of a system that valued rules over people. The local media quickly took notice. News outlets covered the growing controversy, sparking debates on television, radio, and social media. Was strict enforcement of workplace rules necessary, or was it stripping humanity from customer service? People across the city had strong opinions, and for the first time, the Golden Plate's reputation was under public scrutiny. With tensions rising, a public meeting was organized at a local community center. Workers, customers, and activists gathered to voice their concerns, sharing personal stories of unfair treatment and the need for balance between discipline and empathy. Some customers even admitted they returned to restaurants not just for the food, but because of people like Tasha, employees who made them feel welcome. The discussion was raw, honest, and filled with a growing sense of purpose. Change was needed, and now the entire city was paying attention. Amidst the growing public outcry, Donald Trump found himself thinking back to that brief moment at the Golden Plate. He had been lost in thought that evening, burdened by his own troubles, when Tasha's kindness had cut through the noise. It was a small, sincere gesture, one that had meant more than he realized at the time. Now, hearing that she had been fired over it, he couldn't shake the feeling that an injustice had been done. Determined to take a stand, Trump called a press conference, an unusual move for a situation like this. Before a crowd of reporters, he spoke plainly about the importance of kindness in the service industry. "I didn't ask for special treatment," he stated. "I was just a customer, and Tasha did what great employees do. She cared. That should be encouraged, not punished." He went on to call for fairness in workplaces, urging businesses to rethink policies that stifled compassion. His words sent shockwaves across the country. What had started as a local controversy was now a national conversation about workplace fairness and the balance between rules and human decency. Workers across industries shared their own experiences, customers voiced their support, and business leaders were forced to ask themselves, are we valuing efficiency over humanity? With Trump's unexpected endorsement, the fight for fairness had just reached a whole new level. In a surprising turn of events, Donald Trump took his support one step further. Standing before cameras and reporters, he announced the launch of a new foundation dedicated to supporting workers who faced unfair treatment. No one should lose their job for showing kindness, he declared. The foundation's mission was clear: to advocate for fair workplace policies, provide legal assistance to wrongfully terminated employees, and encourage businesses to reward compassion, not punish it. Trump's bold move sent ripples through the business world. Restaurant owners, corporate leaders, and HR departments across the country began reevaluating their policies. Many realized that rigid rules had, at times, stripped away the human element of customer service. Some businesses even introduced new training programs focused on balancing professionalism with empathy, ensuring employees could provide great service without fear of reprimand. Meanwhile, Tasha's life was changing in ways she never expected. Her story had resonated with people far beyond her city. Job offers poured in from restaurants and businesses that admired her courage and compassion. But more than that, she found herself invited to speak at events, sharing her experience with workers and employers alike. What had started as a painful injustice had now become something greater, a movement that was making workplaces better for everyone. As the pressure mounted and public opinion turned against the Golden Plate, its owner, Alan Barnes, had no choice but to address the controversy. In a public statement, he admitted that the restaurant had mishandled the situation. "We failed to recognize the value of kindness," he confessed. He acknowledged that Tasha's firing had been unfair and promised to reevaluate company policies to ensure employees were treated with the respect they deserved. In an attempt to make things right, Barnes offered Tasha her job back, hoping to restore the restaurant's tarnished reputation. But Tasha had already moved forward. With new opportunities ahead of her, she politely declined, choosing instead to pursue a path where kindness and fairness were truly valued. The movement sparked by her story didn't fade. It led to real, lasting changes. Businesses across the country implemented more balanced workplace policies, ensuring employees wouldn't have to choose between following the rules and showing compassion. Tasha's experience became a symbol of how one small act of kindness could create a ripple effect, changing the way workplaces treated their people forever. Tasha's story is a powerful reminder that kindness should never be punished. A simple act of compassion sparked a movement, proving that fairness and empathy belong in every workplace. No one should have to choose between following the rules and doing what's right. What do you think? Have you ever faced unfair treatment at work? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more inspiring stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.